Okay guys, welcome to London Lips YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're not. Today we are here and we're going to be spilling the tea. Today we are talking about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and all this beef they've been having. And I think it's only fair that we're a little messy here and we compare the stats. So we're going to be looking at everything. We're going to be looking at how much Nicki Minaj has made and how much Cardi B has made. We're going to be looking at their men, their criminal backgrounds, and how much these guys are worth. We're going to do some comparisons because they want to be at war and we want to be in their business. Okay, so according to Celebrity Net Worth, Cardi B has a net worth of 80 million. Nicki Minaj has a net worth of 130 million. Now, we're taking into account that Nicki has been in the rap game for a lot longer. She's like 10 years older than Cardi. Cardi is 32. Nicki Minaj is 42. They've been going back and forth on their kids' looks and abilities. I'm not going to compare kids. They're both kids. They're both cute. They're both innocent. They have absolutely nothing to do with it. Cardi's got a beautiful family. Nicki Minaj has got a beautiful son. So we're going to leave that one alone. But let's talk about their men. Okay, let's talk about their men. So Cardi B has an ex. As we all know, Offset. Let's look at Offset's net worth, who's Cardi's ex, and then let's have a little look at Safari's net worth, who is Nicki Minaj's ex. So Offset's got that dodo. As you all know, Offset is the father of Cardi B's 3 children, not the one she's expecting, as we know that is Stephon Diggs' baby, but Offset has got 40 million. So Offset's got money, not as much money as Cardi. Cardi has doubled his net worth, but Offset is still wealthy. And to be 33 years old and have 40 million, that is a lot of money. He's doing pretty well, so that's not bad. Nicki Minaj's ex, Safari Samuels, he is worth 3 million and he is 44 years old. So now I'm comparing Cardi and Nicki, and it's like, if you were going to do a comparison, it's like Cardi's dealing with the men who's got real money, and Nicki's dealing with the men who don't have hardly any money in comparison to herself. Like Cardi's man, yeah, half her net worth. Safari was only on 3 million, and you know Nicki's got money. So, I would say Nicki goes for the broker men. But let's move on to the new men. We all know Nicki Minaj got herself a husband after Safari, so we're going to look into her husband's net worth, his age, and his criminal record, and we are going to do the same with Stephon Diggs. Let's go. So, Nicki got married in 2019 to Kenneth Petty. Everybody was surprised that she married this guy. He is 47 years old, so he's like 5 years older than Nicki. And his net worth, we'll start with his net worth before we look into his criminal record. So Kenneth has got 500,000, so he doesn't have as much money as Safari. Safari was way richer than Kenneth Petty, but he has 500,000. It's a decent amount, but not when you're dating Nicki Minaj. And we're going to quickly flip over and have a look at Stephon Diggs' net worth, and then we're going to get back to the criminal records, guys. Stephon Diggs' net worth is like 60 million, so I've got to tell you, Cardi has done it again. She's found herself a richer man than Nicki Minaj has. Now, I'm not saying everything comes down to money, but these girls want to go tit for tat, war with each other, have a whole load of arguments about nothing. So we're going to have a little look at their business, because they wanted everybody to be talking when they decided to go to war in public and get on X and just tear it all down. So, we know that Stephon Diggs has got 60 million. We know Kevin Petty hasn't even hit 1 million. So now let's look at their criminal records. Stephon's criminal record is clean. I've got to say, the only thing that comes up is he has this paternity lawsuit with this model, Aileen Lepera, who said he fathered her daughter, and he's been contesting the paternity. So obviously this is a simple thing, genetic testing, unless you're dealing with somebody like Jay-Z where it goes on all day. But a simple guy who's willing to just go to court and have a DNA test, this should be easy business. And there's nothing really out there about him. I do want to mention though, there have been some accusations and claims against Stephon Diggs that he had drugged and attempted to assault a stylist, but as I said, this is not in his criminal record and he's not being charged with this. Now, Kenneth Petty. So we've got 1995. He was convicted of an attempted rape. He was then put on the sex offenders register due to his conviction for that crime. Then he failed to register in 2019. He failed to update his address after moving to California with his wife, Nicki Minaj. Then in 2022, he was on home detention and ordered to pay a fine of $55,000. This was because he refused to register on the sex offenders register. Then hit 2021, the woman who was the victim of the attempted rape filed a lawsuit against Petty and Nicki Minaj, claiming they were harassing her. How many children have these men fathered? So Kenneth Petty only has a child with Nicki Minaj, so he only has the one child, whereas Stefan Diggs has a daughter which was born in 2016. Cardi's obviously pregnant now, and then these two women who allegedly gave birth to his kids recently. And I heard there's a whole heap of other women, not to be confirmed. So Stefan Diggs seems to be a regular breeder. Offset also has quite a lot of kids when he got with Cardi. I mean, Offset's got like 4 baby mamas. He's got 6 kids in total. Whereas Nicki Minaj, she seems to like the men who don't have kids. Kenneth had no kids. Safari had no kids. Like, she doesn't seem to go for the men with kids. Whereas Cardi seems to be open to the baby fathers. So you're probably thinking, what is the beef about with these two? Why are they going back and forth like school kids? Well, it all started because Nicki Minaj commented on Cardi B's album sales. She basically said the sales were fake, that she had inflated the sales of her album, which has made it get so high. Because remember when this album first came out, a lot of people were not keen on it. Many people did not like that song that she gave out. You know, the first song she came with, which was Imaginary Players. A lot of people were not liking that song. They thought it was the worst version they'd ever heard. So Nicki Minaj obviously heard that, didn't believe the album was doing well, and felt it was her business to come out and publicly comment. Ever since then, these two have been going back and forth. And after dissing each other's children, album sales, wealth, everything about each other, how they look, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, they have allegedly got to the point now where they've said, let's just fight in real life. Apparently, it's been put out there, let's meet up in New York and let's literally fight. Can you believe 2 grown-ass women are out here saying, let's meet up and fight? Like some thugs on the street. Like, come on, man. Come on. They're too old for this. They're too old to be saying, let's meet up and let's have a fight. And if I'm honest, in my opinion, Cardi wouldn't stand a chance against Nicki Minaj. I know they are never going to meet up and have a fight in real life. How do I know this? Because these rappers who are out here claiming to be badass all the time, they never fight people who can really beat them up. They like to fight like the regular public, the fans, so their security can help them out, so they can go to court and they can say, oh my God, she wanted my money. They don't be fighting real people. They're not real gangsters. And that's how I know they're not going to have a fight. The only fight they're going to have is in court with different legal threats to each other. I give it a minute before they say they're taking legal action against one another. You know this. This is all they do. Talk the talk, talk about their gangsters, encourage other people to be out there fighting like teenagers and stuff who are influenced by them, where all they do is fling out lawsuits all day. No real action unless the security guard is there to break it up and keep them safe. That's why they never come out with scratches or bruises, because they always make sure the security is around for them. I can guarantee you this is where this is gonna go. And boom, just like that, Nicki Minaj is thinking of taking defamation charges against Cardi B, because Cardi B said she was infertile when she says she was not. She just doesn't be having babies every minute with any nigger that comes to her. She don't just be letting any man breed her. She don't lie down with the community street niggas and just get pregnant. So she said, actually, I'm going to take you to court. And we all know what's going to happen. Cardi's going to run the charges back. She's going to say, you said my child was ugly. That was false. You said my record sales were wrong. That was false. And this is what they're going to do. Play it out in court. Talk the street talk. Talk it. No action. Straight to the courts. And then come out and sing a song about don't be a snitch. Don't go to the law. Handle your business on the street. Well, we all know how they handle it. In the courts, like all wealthy, posh, middle class people. That's why sometimes I don't be believing half these people are from the streets. Because I'd be like, oh, you're from the streets. You claim you're going to do this. You're going to do this. I see you run to the law. The thing that you're singing that you would never do. But anyway, as I said, I knew it was going to go this direction. This thing It's going to end soon, of course, but right now they're still at that stage where, you know, Nicki Minaj is being accused of being racist because she said something about Cardi's kids looking like monkeys. And then people are bringing up Cardi B's past comments she had made, allegedly saying black women were ugly and were like monkeys, something along them lines. So the war is going on. The fans are going back and forth. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you team Cardi? Are you team Nicki? Or are you team like they need to grow up? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'm definitely going to see you guys on another one. They don't love me anyway.